Now to the latest on the Washington Bridge breakdown.
We continue asking questions after Target 12 obtained emails shedding light on what led up to the closure, especially since RIDOT admits they did not release all of the related documents.
Meanwhile, traffic continues and there's still no timeline as to what happens next. 12 News reporter Shiina LoSciuto spoke one-on-one with the governor about where everything stands tonight.
It's day 51 of the bridge breakdown. At the time of our interview, Governor Dan McKee said he had not talked to Director Alviti yet about those emails. However, he says he agrees the public deserves to know everything there is out there about the Washington Bridge.
Underwater inspections continue. This is one of the consulting firms working on the Washington Bridge, confirmed by RIDOT. Our cameras captured a diver going in.
The emails also suggest that the problems at the bridge were there, just not visible prior to that July inspection.
Yeah, so, yesterday I brought in all the engineers that are working on the project, Zoomed them in my office, introductory, make sure that I get an understanding of the work they're doing. I'm going to really withhold any comments until we get the information from the engineers.
And as you see, that work continues. My conversation with the governor focused on the internal RIDOT emails obtained by Target 12, focused on the Washington Bridge. Though a spokesperson for RIDOT says the agency withheld an undisclosed number of documents related to the closure. The earliest email handed over by RIDOT is from Friday, December 8th, barely 72 hours before the bridge closed.
Have you talked to the director about any of this? We saw emails that predate at least 3 days before the 11th.
Yeah, I haven't had the conversation about the questions you're asking right now. That's why we've assigned Joe Allman in our office to make sure that we're coordinating amongst different departments that are impacted by the work that's happening on the bridge. And so yes, I haven't had that conversation.
Do you plan to today?
What's that?
Do you plan to talk to the
Well,
director?
I'll get updated on where we are and what the issues are. Every day I am, more than once a day. You could imagine that. This is a top priority. And like I said, that's why we've got Joe doing the work. I actually was talking to Joe on the way over. That didn't come up. We were talking about things that are, very much about what are we going to do? And again, we're going to fix the bridge. We're going to do it right, and we're going to do it safe.
And we did not receive any internal emails that included Director Alviti or his chief of staff. Meanwhile, the traffic here in East Providence, you see behind me, continues. Reporting live in East Providence tonight, I'm Shiina LoSciuto, 12 News.
And we now have a date for an anticipated oversight hearing by state lawmakers.
Meantime, we're pressing for answers ourselves after emails obtained by Target 12 show state workers were talking about what engineers saw at least 72 hours before the Washington Bridge was ordered to be shut down, though there are some emails they are not willing to share.
Our Shiina LoSciuto spoke one-on-one with the governor about the emails. And Shiina, at the time of that interview, the governor hadn't talked to the director about this yet?
That's correct. And I interviewed the governor at about 11:30 this morning. He had not talked to Director Alviti yet about these emails. So I asked, well, do you plan on talking to him about this today? The governor said he's going to get updated on the entire situation. His main priority remains getting that bridge back open.
As traffic continues to crawl and crews look into what went wrong with the Washington Bridge, Governor Dan McKee emphasizes he's waiting on the forensic investigation to be completed before speaking on some of the specifics. Our conversation today focused on the pages of internal emails Target 12 obtained about the bridge's abrupt closure.
We're not going to talk about anything that has to do with engineering. I'm not an engineer until we get those reports in, and then as we do, we've said that we're welcoming oversight, both at the House and Senate is going to do that. So my feeling is right now that it is an open book. But we're not going to be talking about things until we know what we're talking about.
RIDOT, however, tells us they are withholding an undisclosed number of documents related to the bridge closure. Any emails, including RIDOT Director Peter Alviti or his chief of staff, were not provided to us. This was the governor's response. He also tells us he has yet to discuss the email findings with Director Alviti.
I'm not familiar with the question you're just asking, whether anything was withheld. We'll take a look at what it looks like, but just like we provided within a very short period of time the DOJ's a demand letter on information. We felt as though that was important to get out to the public, and we believe that all the information that is available should be out there.
McKee is referencing the notice the state received on Friday that federal investigators would be looking into what led up to the Washington Bridge closure. A RIDOT spokesperson confirms to us the agency was notified about 7 hours before it was made public.
And of course, most of the traffic, at least on the side streets, being felt here in East Providence. This is Broadway behind me with cars trying to get to 195. A lot of congestion here earlier today. Local police are here helping out with the traffic. Reporting live in East Providence tonight, I'm Shiina LoSciuto, 12 News.